So our goal today is take this pit and be able to relimit it to this surface. Now we can see my surface here is very simple, but this surface can be as complex as we want. Any flyovers that you will get will suit this perfectly. You will notice that my surface currently only covers one of my two pits, so I'm going to be running these pits separately. The next thing that we have to do is set up some fields on our table. So we can see I already have here a folder called Relimited. Underneath that folder, it has both waste and coal because those are the only two processes I'm dealing with in this situation. If you are dealing with a model with more processes, you will just need a section for each one of these. From here, how we are actually going to run our relimiter is quite simple. We're going to take our deposit table, come down to the utilities, and come to the relimit solids function. In here, we can choose to either remove above or below. So if we wanted to relimit our dumps, we might remove below, but in our case, we are relimiting our source. So we are going to remove above. We can choose any of the surfaces that are in our model, and we are just going to, in this case, choose that relimited surface. And then we're going to choose a range. Again, mine only covers my alpha pit, so I have this range checked on here. Down the bottom, we are going to choose each solid that we want to cut. So for me, that is my imported waste solid. I want to cut this, and I want to write the results to my relimited waste. And this is going to be the volume, and this is going to be the solid. Same again here for the coal, and hitting next on this, we can watch the tool work. And once it finishes, we will now have some data in our alpha pit for the relimited section. The only other thing I need to change to make all of this work is coming into the processes, and where we have our default source quantity originally set to our imported, we're just going to change this to our relimited. And the solids as well, we're just going to change from the imported to the relimited. Now when we come back to our animation and we hit the reload solids button, we can see this pit has been cut to that surface. And now we can continue to model our mine based on this updated position. We can see any of these areas will have updated volumes that have been cut to represent the volume that was remaining in that solid. Some areas you'll need to be careful with is if we have a data flow running on our deposit table, we'll need to make sure that it no longer reads our imported volume. It will read our relimited volume instead. If you have any questions on how to access the data flow or change anything in that regard, head on over to the LMS. We have hundreds of hours of footage up there that can help you with everything within Spry. And that is really all there is to the relimiting tool. Now you will be able to update any of your reserves to a new face position each month. You won't have to import and export new data. You can do it all from the table.